Yellow, yellow, welcome back. Let's see if I have any useful items.
Let's go. Let's crack some skulls.
If I have any useful items to use, and if not, then I'm just gonna go donate them to charity or something.
Time to shine. Thank you.
The charity of combat.
Let's go. For the glory of the Lord. Onward.
Ooh.
Time to do. Finally, time to start. Onward. My spear is hungry.
Ba, 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 ba.
Let's crack. Wise choice. I thought you'd never ask.
Wait, showbox axe, showbox axe. So you have two showbox axes. But the one he has max damage plus 900. It sounds good. Although I still don't know what it actually means, but yeah, okay, I'll go.
My spear is hungry.
I'll go donate this crap. And then I have to go kill more Wademelites. I don't know what's the next mission gonna be. Am I supposed to kill Amalekites or Moabites or Sodomites? Yeah, that sounds like fun. Kill the Sodomites.
Your generosity is appreciated.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Let's get a blessing from you, just for fun. I don't even know what blessing it is, and I don't care.
It's good to see you.
What the fuck?
It's good to see you.
Why do you run? I don't know. I just don't know with this game. I hope this time it can hold itself together without like going buggy and shit. No, I don't want the throwing ability. Cooldowns are reduced. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. Come on. Like if he was stuck inside the rock. The rock of offense. Jesus is coming. Ooh, Ammonites. I guess last time I killed Ammonites too. I don't know, it's been several days since I played it. This game.
And so it was that David turned his eyes back again on the Ammonites. During his war with the Arameans, the Ammonites had been staging raids against Israelite settlements.
The entire countryside must be secured as the army moves eastward. I want all villages and settlements under our control, so we better choke the capital city.
And what of these settlements? Are we to garrison troops there?
Initially, yes. Once the siege has begun against Rabbah, we can loosen our control over them. They will fall in line. My guardians, I want you to take Uriah with you, as you act as my heralds to these locations. Go ahead of the army and warn these Ammonites of what is approaching.
Now that we've dealt with the horses, it's time to awaken the villagers.
I will join the army later. Unfortunately, I have matters to attend to here in my city.
What was that comment?
Camping outside of the Ammonite capital.
About now you dealt with the horses stuff? He doesn't say it here, it's just the voice actor was going crazy.
The first village that is needed to be secured is Bel Peor. The village is a courier outpost and a communications hub for the Ammonites. Might I suggest entering the village quietly and dealing with the couriers first? It would be best to keep the capital as uninformed as possible.
Okay, curious. Maybe it's part of the mission, like the voice sample. Okay, yeah, there's horses I have to hobble. I'm not sure what hobbling horses means, but I'm gonna do it. By Jove, I will do it. Or by Jehovah, or whatever you believe in. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of religion, like when you grow up in the West in modern times, it's just like, what's up, niggas? If you grow up in the West in modern times, you're basically faced with like few different dichotomies or like paradigms or spectrums, maybe spectrums of like thought and ideology. Like one is of course like the left-right paradigm. I've talked about it before, and like and yeah, it's a spectrum. Like you know, some people are far right or far left, and most people are like, you know, lean a bit to the right and a bit to the left, and some are in the center and stuff. It's sort of like the alignment system in Dungeons and Dragons, except that power shield. Where is his shield? I don't know. Well, anyway, another like of these spectrums is like the spectrum between Christianity and materialistic science, or call it scientism, or like, I guess if you go too far to the, you know, science path, you come out with the religion of scientism. So what? So you just tie this. Is there like 80 Imperial Walkers from Empire Strikes Back? Anyway, so in like the scientism path, like for me when I was younger, I hated Christianity and naturally was leaning more towards the, you know, scientism path, even though I wasn't completely enamored by that either, but at least it made more sense to me. Like it seemed more rational than Christianity. But now I'm more like, I think actually Christianity is more rational, although I'm not a Christian and don't think that the truth, absolute truth, lies in like Christianity either. But it seems more like to coincide more with reality than a lot of what is called science, because, like, you know, now that I'm older and I know that a lot of the so-called science, be it like evolution or cosmology and Big Bang and all of that, it's more like it's a belief system more than, you know, fact, or like, you know, they're theories, but still a lot of people treat them as like, you know, God's truth, and, you know, if you question it, there's something wrong with you. But anyway, like the point I'm trying to make with both of these spectrums, like if you go too far either to Christianity or to scientism, you come out in a like a state that is really dull. Like there is no mystery, lack of mystery in life. Like that's the key of modernism. Like both viewpoints, like they espouse this, you know, scenario like, oh, this is the truth, you just have to believe it and, like, you know, follow it. Complete. Ooh, now I have to destroy statues. We are fucking terrorist hooligan vandals. Where is his shield? He doesn't have a shield. He's just fucking the Hulk, or I don't know, the Thing, clobbering time, and I don't know.
I can't do that.
Bitch. Go Liu this tenant in your ass.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Sodomite captain. But yeah, fuck, let's see this first.
David sent Joab and the army to subdue Ammon. This would now be a simple thing to do, and would give them a chance to redeem them.
And it came to pass after the years was expired at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah, but David tarried still at Jerusalem. Fuck. Go. Get the... Okay, don't get the shekels. It'll just get stuck in the horse's ass or something. This game. I'm trying to be more forgiving and Christian towards this game, but it doesn't make it easy. I have to go this way, I guess. That was the spear wall. But yeah, back on topic. What I was talking about. Yeah, like the lack of mystery and like, yeah, like both Christianity and science, and to make sure what I mean, like, yeah, when I say science, it's like more like this religion of scientism that claims to be based on science, but it's based on scientific theories, like something that were originally probably were scientific theories, but some people assume, oh, they have to be the actual absolute fact, and basically start to worship them as, like, you know, holy scripture or something. And that is what the majority of people who think of science, they actually think of scientism and usually believe in it dogmatically. And then in Christianity, what I mean is like the church and like the human, the man-made community of these ideologies, instead of what the Bible says. Like a lot of what you know Christians do in name of their religion is not based in the Bible or any, like, you know, actual doctrine. It's just a man-made idea, like, you know, just even the Catholic Church, how is it based
It is
on the
likely that
Bible?
Ammon either occupied or controlled some of the tribal lands of Gad and Reuben.
Like the Bible says something, on this rock I found my church or something, but it doesn't mean that it has to be this huge empire ruled from the Vatican, and but whatever, that's another topic. Like the lack of mystery is the thing that I'm supposed to talk about this, because like both science says, like, oh, we know that, you know, although, like, you know, when you press them, they say that we don't know, but like it's still the, you know, a very good evidence that, you know, some starting with the Big Bang, that nothing exploded and created everything, and we don't know why nothing exploded and what created the energy and all of that, and eventually Earth was formed from whatever, star dust crap, whatever, and then somehow life, it started to rain on rocks, and somehow life emerged from that, even though we have no idea how life can spontaneously emerge from just minerals and stuff. But yeah, supposedly that happened. But like and like when it comes to Christianity, they just say basically like, yeah, you do what the, you know, your priest says, and, you know, don't question, you know, don't,
For story purposes, we
like, they
simply
tell you how
subdue
to
the
interpret
churches
the
in Ammon
Bible,
until
and
only the
without
city
like,
of Rabbah remains.
like, you know, just be obedient, you know, pray to God, don't steal, don't lie, be this, you know, be a good guy. And I'm not saying it's bad to say to people to be a good guy, but it's just like, it makes life boring and meaningless. It's basically like you're supposed to be a robot or a slave and act just, you know, oh, don't offend God, or God will get angry and smite you, and yeah, I don't think it's good to offend God. assuming God exists, which I think is true, but anyway. But I'm not sure to what extent the Christian perception of God is correct. But yeah, there is anyway, like both Christianity and science, they have this ready-made idea of this is how things work and this is what you must believe, and like if you like you're allowed to have like, you know, questions and doubts within this certain paradigm, but you're not supposed to go too far into like, you know, into tangents that, you know, might lead you somewhere completely different. Like, let's say, because like, and well, it's particularly annoying when it comes to Christianity that, you know, it has this lack of mystery, since like, you know, the whole existence of God and kingdom of heaven is supposed to be a mystery and something fairly subjective that you have to figure out for yourself, and you cannot, you know, no one can be told what the Matrix is, you have to see it for yourself. But in, you know, Christianity they say like, yeah, don't, you know, just listen to me, you know, do as I say and everything will be fine, like don't worry. And yeah, to go on a tangent, like I remember when I was like in my late teens and I was going through driving school, and then I also got like the license to drive like you know, small like pickup trucks or whatever, or like vans or whatever the technical term is. But no, I guess I'm gonna use Barracle shield. And anyway, like, and then my driver's instructions said like I had to do like this written exam.
Thanks.
Written exam on the, you know, the driving stuff, and my teacher said like, it's gonna be easy, don't worry about the exam. And then I was like, oh, okay, if it's gonna be easy. I didn't, you know, prepare properly for the exam. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be easy, I can do it. And then, well, it wasn't so easy, and then I failed it the first time and I had to take the exam again, and then I did it. But this is like the attitude of, you know, I think the mainstream church, that, you know, like, yeah, just, you know, listen to me, don't worry about this, you know. And I don't know, maybe you have to worry, like, you know, assuming that the Christian dogma is right, and, you know, you can be saved only through Jesus. And, well, then you should have a good understanding who or what Jesus is, and instead of just listening to your fucking priest or something. Hannah. Okay, balance, steel balance, cat.
This will go to a good cause.
But like, yeah, because like, but when you actually read the Bible, it has all sorts of like really fascinating stuff, like, you know, the sons of God mating with the daughters of Adam, or daughters of man, or Eve, however it was, like, and whatever it means, like, are they angels, fallen angels, or extraterrestrials, or whatever, however you interpret it. But like, wait a minute, there seems to be like this advanced divine species or something, or that, you know, interbred with human beings in ancient times. I think it's fascinating. Or like,
for story purposes, we have created battles against 2 Ammonite towns prior to the final battle of Rabbah.
okay, and like in the I have to look for the last cliche, otherwise I cannot sleep at night, even though it's like it's morning here, but whatever. And like in the Bible, there's like, you know, God puts enmity between the seed of the woman and seed of the serpent, and like Jesus says later something about like, you know, gives the parallel of the wheat and the tare, so the like wheat and the chaff, how there's like, you know, these two races of humanity or something. It's like, it sounds a bit like the movie They Live, that there is this other race within humanity that you cannot, you know, that looks human, but maybe one of them is not truly human or something. And well, well, these are just few examples, but like the Bible is filled with like mystical stuff, and it shouldn't be something banal like, oh, this is how it works. And also when it comes to science, like whether it's like, you know, physics and chemistry and stuff, but also like history and all of this, like you know, nowadays, if you, let's say, if you even like entertain the idea like maybe an advanced civilization existed in prehistoric times, or what we call prehistory, like something like Atlantis or Lemuria or something, like it's just, you know, fairy tales, or you're stupid or you're crazy. But it's not, because like there are loads of like these, what the fuck, don't get caught, ancient sites in the world that we don't really know how they built them, and you know, Tihuanaku, Pumapunku, and Göbekli Tepe, and you know, even the pyramids in Giza, and pyramids all over the world, like from pretty much every continent. And oh, shekels. And here's the cache. Yes, I found it.
The heresy of Peor is an account from Moses' time, when the men of Israel involved themselves with the women of Moab and their gods, thus joining themselves to Bel Peor.
And Israel about in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. And the people did eat, and bowed down to their gods, and Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. But yeah, in like, well, history, there are all of these, let's say, actual physical evidence that contradict all of what we know as history, like it's this simple progression from simple to complicated. Like first of all, the Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, then, you know, and then modernity, like just, you know, gradual progression. I went to the wrong place. This gradual progression, although, and I'm not saying like, yeah, maybe it did occur like that, but there is evidence that the history is actually cyclical. Like, you know, something like Atlantis did exist, and then it was destroyed, and now we are like in the new Atlantis, or like maybe on the cusp of bringing forth the new Atlantis, which will eventually sink into the sea. And well, I think it's gonna be sooner than later, looking at the way how people are nowadays. And anyway, like, you know, even physics, like you know, you're being told that, yeah, it's like, you know, this materialistic worldview, like, you know, basically nothing that is not material, it's not real, it's just, you know, delusional. But I don't know, when you look at it, like, well, just how do cell phones and Wi-Fi work? It's invisible energies that affect physical devices, and you know, quantum physics, supposedly, if what they say about, like, you know, the double slit experiment and a lot of the, you know, quantum physics stuff is like and quantum entanglement, there is this, you know, non-physical connection between things, and like you supposedly are, if your observation can affect reality as quantum physicists claim, then, you know, reality is more mental or spiritual or whatever than, you know, basic physics says. But like all of this is like my point was that this, whether it's religion or science, like when you actually look into it, it is a very mystical and mysterious thing. But like mainstream society wants to make it something boring and everyday. And this is like the most, I don't know, a grievous violation of, I don't know, our curiosity and against the human spirit. Because, well, just look at, like, you know, I think one of the reasons people play computer games, watch movies, because they want something, you know, they want an adventure, something fascinating, you know, whether it's mysteries like Sherlock Holmes or action like whatever, Battlefield, ass fucker, whatever you play. But, you know, you want something exciting and for good reason. And I do think there is, like, whether it's through science or through religion, there is great mystery in life, but you have to search for it yourself.